Hey guys, it's Rakers from Social Media Daredevil, and today we're going to talk about sales. And more specifically, we're going to talk about closing and why you're not closing and how to actually close more. Okay, so no matter what you're selling, your customer is most likely starting to ask themselves three big questions while you're doing your sales pitch and talking about your services. And this can really derail your sale if you don't get ahead of it. And you have probably done this as well, and I'm sure as soon as I start listing these three questions that people start asking themselves, you go, oh yeah, I do that too. And this is essentially buyer's remorse before you even buy the product or service. So the three questions are, do I really need this? The second one is, do I really need this now? And the third one is, do I need this from this person? Now, most likely, your prospect is nodding their head, and you're saying all your little sales pitch stuff, and they're And if you're trying to read their body language, you're probably thinking like, okay, well, this is going good because they're nodding, and they're nodding in agreement, so this is good. But it's not. So if you don't get ahead of it, your prospect is going to start asking these questions to themselves, and they're going to come up with really bad answers. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how this works. Okay, so let's role play. And who doesn't like a little role play? Okay, so let's say you're selling some kind of membership of some type. So of course, the first thing they're going to start asking is, do I really need this? This is kind of a big commitment. What if I get hurt? Do I really want to work out this much? And the second thing they're going to ask is, do I need this now? So they might think, okay, well, why don't I just wait? Some people actually feel like they need to get in shape before they start Jiu Jitsu or before they even start some kind of workout program. Like, man, I should maybe eat healthier first. They'll start talking themselves out of it, and they'll say, oh, well, maybe I should wait till my schedule gets a little bit easier. They'll start coming up with these negative answers. And then they're going to say, like, do I really need this from this person? Maybe I should check out the school down the road. Maybe I should do more research online, or maybe I should just work out at home. And all of these are going to be major objections in their mind. But a funny thing happens when you address those objections before they can start asking them in their own head. So let's role play again. And this time, you'll start the conversation by asking these three questions. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask, why are you here today? And this is essentially asking the, do you really need this? And they'll most likely say, well, I've always wanted to give this a try. I need to lose weight. I used to work out and I stopped, or a friend told me about this and I'm really interested in trying. And then you'll follow up with question two, why now? And they'll say, well, I've been thinking about it for a while and I know like if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Or it's been on my mind for a long time and I finally got a little bit of time in my schedule. Or I've got some money saved up, or I have money freed up to where I can actually pay for this. They'll come up with positive answers on why now is the best time. And the last thing you're going to ask is, why us? And then they'll say, well, you guys are pretty close to my house. My friend works out here and they thought, you guys are really good. Or I saw you guys online. I saw a Facebook ad. There could be a number of reasons, but they're going to come up with positive answers. So the psychology behind this, of course, is that when you ask somebody why they did something, they feel more likely to defend their actions, right? So you're not going to say, why did you come in here today? And you're like, I don't know. I just showed up. Or I don't know. It was a horrible idea of mine. I should have never done it. I should have stayed home. People generally don't do that when you question them. When you question their actions, they usually have positive responses. So you're setting the framework. And when they start to have these questions, now you've already asked them, but if they start to re-ask the questions in their head, they go, oh yeah, I do need to come here. I do need to do this now. I don't want to keep looking around. I need to get it done. And another benefit is when let's say they have friends or family or spouse, and they're like, so you just, you just signed up on the spot, like we didn't talk about it or whatever. They already have their list of answers, right? Well, honey, I've been wanting to try this for a long time. I need to lose weight. We finally the time is right. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. They already have been practicing defending their answer to their friends and their spouse, right? So as usual, I want to give you guys action steps. I don't want to just give you information. You're like, okay, well, what do I do with it? I want to make sure that you have a structured idea of how to actually implement this. So the first thing you should start doing is, if you don't have a sales script, write one out. And start listing these three questions, and of course list the possible answers that they're going to have and follow-up questions that you can do, because again, we want to dive deep. We want to find out why they're actually giving the answers that they are, and again, we'll go into another video about what to do with those answers. But you want to make sure that you have follow-up questions. And just in case they do have some kind of lame duck answers like, well, I don't know, I was just walking by and I decided to walk in to see what you guys were about, which is very unlikely. But if it happens, you want to make sure that you have a response for that. Okay, so the next thing is to practice, which is basically doing role play. You don't practice in the game, right? You wouldn't, if you were a jiu-jitsu guy, you're not going to just like, oh, I've never tried a reverse triangle, so I'll just do it in a tournament. Of course, you're going to practice that stuff beforehand. So make sure you find somebody, if it's somebody on your team, somebody that works for you, role play with them and have them role play with you so that these questions come very naturally. You don't want to be stumbling when you're ready to make a sale, right? So make sure that you practice. And of course, practice the follow-up questions as well. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to get more leads for your business, contact us. That's what we do. We're black belts in Facebook ads, and we get people leads. But if you just want more information about sales, we've got a lot of information on our socialmediadaredevil.com site. Check that out. Until then, sell like hell, and I'll see you soon.